Most people think they are failing because they are lazy or unlucky. But psychology tells a very different story. The truth is, many people are not failing because they cannot succeed. They are failing because deep inside, their mind is working against them. If you have ever procrastinated when something mattered, ruined a good opportunity, pushed away good people, or stopped just when things were going well, this video is for you. By the end of this video, you will understand why you keep self-sabotaging your life, how your brain learned this behavior, and most importantly, how to stop it. You promise yourself that this time will be different. You plan, you get motivated, you feel hopeful, but then somehow you fall back into the same patterns. You delay important work. You doubt yourself at the last moment. You choose comfort over growth. You destroy progress with one bad decision. And the worst part is not failure itself. The worst part is slowly losing trust in yourself. You start asking, what is wrong with me? Why do I always do this? Why can't I just stay consistent like other people? Psychology has an answer, and it may surprise you. In this video, we will break this down into 3 simple parts. First, what self-sabotage really is. Second, where it actually comes from. And third, how to break the pattern permanently. Stay until the end because the last section changes how you see yourself. Psychologists define self-sabotage as any behavior that prevents you from achieving your own goals, even when you consciously want success. It is not laziness. It is not a lack of intelligence. And it is not a character flaw. Self-sabotage happens when your brain believes that success is unsafe, unfamiliar, or emotionally risky. Your mind is not trying to ruin your life. It is trying to protect you. The problem is it is protecting you from the wrong things. Your brain has one main job: survival, not happiness, not success, survival. From a psychological perspective, the brain prefers familiar pain over unfamiliar pleasure. If you grew up in chaos, struggle feels normal. If you grew up being criticized, success feels uncomfortable. If you were ignored, attention feels unsafe. So when you move toward growth, your brain feels threatened. That threat triggers fear. Fear triggers avoidance. Avoidance looks like procrastination, distraction, or self-destruction. This is why people sabotage relationships, careers, and personal growth right before a breakthrough. Most self-sabotage patterns are learned early in life. If you were punished for making mistakes, you may avoid trying. If you were praised only when perfect, you may fear failure. If love was inconsistent, you may push people away. Your nervous system learned one thing very clearly: staying small feels safer than standing out. So even when success is available, your body reacts as if danger is near. This is not weakness. This is conditioning. Here is the mistake almost everyone makes when trying to fix self-sabotage. And it is the reason they stay stuck for years. Most people try to fix self-sabotage with motivation. They say things like, I just need more discipline. I need to try harder. I need to be more confident. But motivation does not fix a nervous system that feels unsafe. You cannot force your way out of a psychological pattern that was built for protection. This is why willpower fails, and why self-help advice often feels useless. The problem is not effort. The problem is identity. At the core of self-sabotage is an identity conflict. Part of you wants growth. Another part wants safety. If your identity says, I am not good enough, success feels like a lie. If your identity says, I always fail, consistency feels unnatural. Your brain will always choose behavior that matches identity, not goals. This is why people return to old habits even after progress. Here is the psychology-backed way to break self-sabotage. First, awareness without judgment. When you notice the behavior, do not attack yourself. Simply observe it. Second, pause the reaction. Do not immediately distract or quit. Sit with the discomfort for a few seconds. Third, prove safety through small actions. Take tiny steps toward success without overwhelming your nervous system. Your brain needs evidence, not pressure. Consistency rewires identity, not motivation. Imagine trusting yourself again, finishing what you start, feeling calm instead of anxious when things go well. This is not confidence. This is alignment. When your mind and body stop fighting each other, growth becomes natural. Here is something most people never realize about self-sabotage. It is not that you lack confidence. It is that your confidence was trained to survive, not to expand. Your brain learned very early that staying quiet, staying small, or staying invisible reduced emotional pain. So now, every time you move toward growth, your nervous system reacts as if you are breaking a rule. This reaction feels like fear, hesitation, or sudden exhaustion. But in reality, it is your past trying to protect your present. Self-sabotage rarely feels dramatic. It looks like small delays, small excuses, small decisions that slowly change direction. You do not quit your goals loudly. You abandon them quietly. And because the behavior feels reasonable in the moment, you do not recognize it as self-destruction. You call it logic. You call it timing. You call it realism. But psychology shows that repeated avoidance reshapes identity. And identity determines the future. Your comfort zone is not comfortable. It is simply familiar. The brain confuses familiarity with safety. That is why people stay in situations they hate, relationships that drain them, and habits that hold them back. Growth creates uncertainty. Uncertainty creates anxiety. So the brain pulls you back to what it knows. Not because it is good for you, but because it is predictable. This is the part few people talk about. For someone with a history of self-sabotage, success can feel more dangerous than failure. Failure confirms an old identity. Success demands a new one. And changing identity feels like losing a part of yourself, even if that part was painful. This is why people often sabotage progress right before something good happens. Their mind is not ready to update who they believe they are. Real change does not begin when you feel confident. It begins when you stop running from discomfort. The moment you stay present instead of escaping, something shifts. You teach your nervous system that growth is not a threat. You show your brain that discomfort is survivable, and slowly, safety expands. This is how patterns break. Quietly, repeatedly, over time. Self-sabotage is not your enemy. It is a signal. A signal that something inside you learned to survive in a world that did not feel safe. When you respond with awareness instead of anger, you stop fighting yourself. And when you stop fighting yourself, progress becomes sustainable. If this video made you reflect, that awareness itself is progress. Most people never question their patterns. They repeat them. But the fact that you are here, listening, and understanding means something is already changing. If you want more psychology-based insights like this, subscribe to the channel. And if this message connected with you, comment "aware" below.